Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now let's understand how an EC2 instance behaves from the moment it is created until it is deleted. In AWS, an EC2 instance goes through different states which are known as its life cycle. These states represent the status of the instance at any point in time. The life cycle typically follow this flow, which is launch, running, stop, and termination. These states define the status of the instance during its life cycle. Understanding these states is very important because it helps you manage your instances properly, control cost, and avoid mistake like accidental data lost. Now, let's look at all main states of an EC2 instance. An EC2 instance can be in one of the following states, which are pending, running, stopping, stopped, and there is a difference between stopping and stopped as well, and then shutting down, and then finally terminated state. Each of these states represent a specific stage in the life of the instance. The first state of an EC2 instance is the pending state. This state starts right after you launch the instance. In this time, AWS is preparing your instance. This includes allocating a physical host machine, means allocating a physical server, setting up the networking based on instance type and everything, attaching storage like EBS. All of this depends on the instance type that you selected. At this stage, your instance is not yet ready to use. Let's say you want an accelerated based EC2 instance, which means you will choose instance type of GPU. It will take some time to provision because it is a heavy server. Once this setup is completed, the instance moves to the running state. In this state, the instance is fully active and ready to use. AWS perform health checks, and once they pass, your instance become available. Now you can connect to your EC2 instance, deploy application, serve traffic. Also, during this state, instance store data becomes available. A public IP may be assigned depending on your VPC settings, because if you have chosen a public subnet, means a subnet which has internet gateway attached to it, you will definitely get a public IP for your EC2 instance. If you chose a subnet which does not have internet gateway attached to it, then that's mean your EC2 instance is a private EC2 instance and you will not get the public IP. Now let's check about stopping state. This state occur when you stop your EC2 instance. This action is triggered from AWS console, means you click on terminate button and then it will start the process of shutting down the EC2 instance. We can also destroy our instance by CLI or even from inside the operating system. During this phase, the instance is in the process of shutting down. It is not immediately stopped. AWS is safely shutting it down. After stopping, the instance moves to the stop state. In this state, the instance is not running and it is not serving any traffic. However, important resources are still retained. These include Elastic Block Storage's volume, Elastic IPs only. We will get to know what is Elastic IP in our upcoming videos, and private IP addresses. You can restart the instance anytime and it will go back to the running state. Now let's look at shutting down state. This state occurs when you choose to terminate an instance. During this phase, AWS prepare the instance for deletion. This is a temporary state before the instance is completely removed. Once this process is completed, the instance will move to a termination state. The final state of an EC2 instance is known as terminated or termination state. In this state, the instance is permanently deleted. You cannot restart or recover it. All compute resources such as CPU, memory are released back to AWS. Once an instance is terminated, it is gone permanently. Now let's look into a special case. Sometime an instance is already in stopped state and you choose to terminate it. In that case, the flow becomes this: stop to shutting down and then shutting down to termination. This process happens automatically in the background. So even if the instance is not running, it is still be terminated. Now let's look at another edge case, which is failed launch. If someone goes wrong during the launch process, for example, if the instance fails a health check, then AWS will automatically terminate it. In this case, the flow becomes pending to shutting down and then shutting down to properly terminated. This is done by AWS to avoid keep faulty instances running. Now let's go through some important points you should always remember. First, you are charged only when the instance is in the running state. When the instance is stopped, you do not pay for the compute, but you may still pay for storage like EBS. Second, once an instance is terminated, it cannot be recovered. This is the important point. If you delete instance accidentally and it is terminated, so you cannot recover it. But there is an option in EC2. If you enable that option, and when you delete a particular EC2 instance, you will not be able to delete a instance. So make sure to take backup before terminating an instance. Understanding these points will help you avoid unnecessary cost and data loss. Now let's understand the complete EC2 instance lifecycle using this diagram. When we launch an EC2 instance, it first goes into a pending state. This is pending state. At this stage, AWS is allocating hardware, setting up networking, attaching storage. The instance is not ready yet. Once everything is ready, the instance moves into its running state. Now the instance is fully active, ready to accept traffic and available for SSH or application use. This is where your applications actually runs. From running state, you can also reboot your EC2 instance. Reboot means the instance restarts, but it stays in the running state. This does not affect billing or storage. If you stop your EC2 instance, it goes into stopping state. This means the instance is shutting down safely, AWS preparing it to stop. After that, it moves to a stopped state. In this state, the instance is not running, no traffic is served, but the important things are still retained. For example, EBS, volumes, private IP, elastic IP. You can start it again anytime. From the stopped state, if you click start again, the instance goes back to the stopped to the pending state and then in the running state. So this is the process. Now let's understand the termination flow. From almost any state, you can terminate your EC2 instance. For example, if you terminate from there, it will go to shutting down stage and then completely terminated. This is a temporary state where AWS prepare the instance for deletion. After shutting down, the instance move to terminated state. At this point, the instance is permanently deleted. You cannot recover it. Compute resources are released. Now look at this highlighted session in the diagram, which is EBS backed instances only. Only these instances can stop and start again. If it was an instance store based instance, you would not have this flexibility. An EC2 instance starts in pending, runs your application in a running state, can be stopped and restart if needed, and once terminated, it is permanently deleted. This is it for this video. In the upcoming video, we will try to understand the life cycle of EC2 instance by doing hands-on.